Smart people never answer certain questions. Boundaries. That's the real reason why. Not luck, not even confidence, not really. Just knowing exactly what you owe an explanation and what you don't. It's because they understand that power, something most people never stop to consider. Not every question wants an answer. Some are traps, built to expose you, corner you, or drag you into a fight you never agreed to. And the sharp ones feel it instantly. They're not listening to the words. They're reading the intention behind them and weighing what it would cost to hand that answer over. So, here's 5 questions smart people refuse to answer. Not out of fear, because they already know the wrong answer to the wrong person is just access you can't take back. Question 1. Why are you so quiet? You good? That's a real friend asking. Short, low pressure. Doesn't need anything back from you except the truth, whatever it is. Everything okay? Said a little slower, a little too interested. That's not concern. That's an audit. Same worry on the surface. Completely different question underneath. And the sharp ones can feel that difference before they've even decided how to answer. Because 9 times out of 10, that second version is a demand wearing a question mark. Perform for me. Fill this silence. Prove to me you're not judging this room right now. And here's the part almost nobody says out loud. Silence isn't empty. Sometimes silence is the sound of somebody in the middle of healing from something you don't know about. Think about the last time you went through something hard, really hard, a loss, a failure that gutted you, something private that you were still bleeding from. What did everyone around you say? Talk about it. Get it out. You'll feel better if you just say it out loud. And maybe sometimes that's true. But the sharp ones know something the rest of us skip past. A wound that's still open doesn't need an audience standing over it. It needs time. It needs to close a little first. So they go quiet, and people mistake that for coldness, for distance, for something being wrong. It's not wrong, it's protection. They're not broken, they're just not finished healing yet, and they refuse to hand a half-healed story to a room that might not know what to do with it once they've got it. That silence you're calling awkward. That's someone guarding something sacred while it heals. Let them. Question 2. Do you think you're better than everyone else? Now this one's not really a question. It's an accusation wearing a question's clothes. Nobody asks this out of curiosity. Nobody. They ask it because something about you made them uncomfortable. Your calm, your restraint, the fact that you didn't chase the same shallow conversation everyone else got pulled into. And instead of sitting with that discomfort themselves, they hand it to you to carry. And here's the trap. If you defend yourself, if you explain, no, I don't think that, you just fed it. You confirmed you care what they think. You confirmed their discomfort matters more than your peace. And people who are already looking for a reason to resent you will take that explanation and twist it into more proof. Smart people don't take the bait. They let the accusation sit there in the room, unanswered, because some fires only grow when you hand them more air. Silence, again. Different reason this time. Same power. Question 3. What are you actually working on right now? This one feels harmless, feels friendly even, and it might be the most dangerous question on this whole list. Here's why, and this one's going to surprise you. Say your big plan out loud, your real one, the one you've been carrying quietly, working on in the corners of your day. Say it to the wrong room, at the wrong time, and something happens in your own brain that works directly against you. You get the nod, the wide eyes, the, wow, that's huge, you're going to crush it. And somewhere in your head, something shifts. Your brain mistakes that applause for actual progress. That little glow of being seen as ambitious starts to feel like the thing itself. You haven't built anything yet, but some part of you already feels like you have. That's how dreams die. Not loud, not with some dramatic failure. Quiet, slowly, from celebration that showed up way too early and took the urgency with it when it left. And it gets worse than that, because now every raised eyebrow in that room lives in your head too. Somebody said, "Isn't that risky?" Somebody said, "Are you sure?" That doubt doesn't stay theirs anymore. It moves in with you, so the sharp ones stay quiet about what they're building. Not because they've got nothing, because they know exactly who's earned a real update. One mentor, one partner, one person who can actually help. And everybody else gets the finished thing, not the blueprint. Let it grow strong in the dark first. Then let it walk into the light already built, already real, already impossible to talk out of existing. Question 4. Whose side are you on? This is the loyalty trap, and you've felt this one before, I promise you. Family drama, a group chat that turned into a battlefield, office politics, a breakup where suddenly everybody's supposed to pick a team. It sounds like it's asking for honesty. It's not. It's asking you to choose before you actually know the full story. And here's what the sharp ones understand that most people miss in the heat of it. The second you pick a side in a fight you didn't start, you stop being a person with your own judgment. You become somebody else's weapon. They point you and you go. So instead, they wait. They watch. They listen for the piece of the story that's missing, because there's almost always a piece missing. Because people who are looking for allies and people who are actually looking for truth, those are two completely different requests wearing the exact same sentence. Question 5. Prove you're as smart as you think you are. This one's bait, plain and simple. And it's the one that catches people who aren't as secure as they act. Somebody throws it down like a challenge. Prove it. Impress me. Show me what you've got. And the need to perform kicks in fast for the people who need the approval more than they let on. But here's the truth about real intelligence, real confidence, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't audition. It's never once jumped just because somebody said jump and asked how high on the way up. It shows up in the decisions somebody makes when the room isn't watching, in the restraint, in the way they can sit in a conversation and let somebody else be impressive for once, without needing to grab the spotlight back. So when someone tries to drag that performance out of them, the sharp ones just don't take it. Quietly, without a scene. Because nothing makes a person look less sure of themselves than spending the whole night trying to convince a room otherwise. The thing all 5 have in common. So here's what ties every single one of these together. And it's not what you probably think. It was never about hiding anything. Not one of these 5 questions was really asking what it looked like it was asking. Every one of them was really just somebody reaching for access. Access to your silence, your ambition, your loyalty, your validation, a piece of you they hadn't earned yet. And the people who guard their answers, who stay quiet, who deflect, who refuse to perform, they're not cold. They're not hiding some big secret. They just learned something most of us never get taught in plain words. You don't owe everybody the same amount of you. The people who've actually earned your trust, the real ones, they usually don't even need to ask these questions. They already know the answers because you've already shown them in 100 small ways over time. Everybody else, let them keep guessing. Because your silence was never a wall built to keep people out. It's a door. And you're the only one who decides who gets the key. That's the power of boundaries.